Hello, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. Alright, how to love yourself. Hello everyone, my name is Desiree Shaw. I am a psychotherapist, hypnotherapist, a counsellor. I am an advocate for making therapy accessible, and that's my mission. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to my channel and leave some comments. So, what am I going to talk about today? I'm going to talk about how to love yourself. One of the things I experience in my practice as a therapist is how little people love themselves. In fact, almost all my clients actually don't love themselves and find it very difficult to experience self-love. And it's something that is very evident, particularly in today's society when the media tells us how wrong we are and we try to fix it. So I got some tips here on how to love yourself, and I hope you find them useful. So, self-love is paramount. If you don't love yourself, you can't really expect somebody else to love you for you. In fact, if somebody else is loving you and you don't love yourself, you actually will not be able to experience the love that they are sending you because you actually don't believe that you deserve it. And then you'll have all kinds of other feelings rearing its ugly head. So self-love is paramount. Okay? All right. So what is self-love? Okay. Self-love is just being able to be happy with who you are, being comfortable with who you are, regardless of your flaws, your mishaps, or whatever else you might think is wrong with you. Self-love is actually just loving yourself regardless. So I'm going to go through 8 steps on how you can achieve that. Number 1, understand yourself. Listen to your needs. Okay, often we don't listen to ourselves and we ignore what we need, and we find it very difficult to build relationships because we are not listening to ourselves. And we find that when we get into a relationship, because we haven't listened to ourselves, we're doing something we don't really want to do, or we wish that we didn't do, and then we start saying things like, oh, I wish I listened to myself. You know that little feeling that you get sometimes when you say to yourself, oh, why didn't I do this? I knew I should have done that. Ultimately, you weren't loving yourself, which meant you weren't listening to yourself, and that's the reason why you find yourself in those situations. So understand yourself, learn to listen to your needs. That's number 1. Number 2, treat yourself like your very own best friend. How many of us don't treat ourselves well? We actually treat others better than we treat ourselves. Well, treat yourself like your very own best friend. Listen to what you say to yourself in your head when you walk past a mirror, or when you engage in some kind of activity that you might not be comfortable with. Listen to what you're saying to yourself. Would you actually say the things that you say in your head to yourself to anybody else? If the answer is no, then you need to start treating yourself like your very own best friend. How do you treat your best friend? Does it differ to how you treat yourself? Okay, so number 3, allow yourself to experience the new feelings and what and where they might come from or lead to. Again, this goes hand in hand with number 1, which is understanding and listening to your needs, but allowing yourself to experience new feelings, meaning that you might change in your acceptance of something. You might not like something. You might want something to change, and just listen to how you are feeling. Your emotions are there for a reason. And when we ignore them and we stuff them down and they end up causing us problems and we can't get past it, it's because we're not listening to the fact that there's something that we're asking for, and we're not being kind to ourselves, not being kind enough to actually give ourselves what we need. So allow yourself to experience new feelings. Don't push them down. If you're experiencing something, just take a little moment to understand what it is you're feeling. Number 4, build a solid, steady spiritual platform of love and connection. Alright, what do I mean when I say this? Now, I'm not sending you to church. I'm not sending you to a spiritual Buddha. A spiritual platform, basically creating a spiritual understanding of you. Okay, allowing yourself. Remember, we are beings. We're spiritual beings. We have a soul. I'm not here to advocate any religion, by the way. However, we aren't just in the body. Understand that and build on that, whatever it is that you want to identify with. Some of us connect with the universe, some of us God, some of us Allah, some of us Buddha. Whatever it is, just build that connection, that way of being able to teach you about you. Number 5, I like number 5. Surround yourself with loving people. How many times do we actually surround ourselves with people that aren't so loving, and they teach us how not to love ourselves? I've had so many bad, negative friends in the past who were really good at supporting me to hate myself, so they had to go. Bring yourself to the understanding that you are important and those around you are also important, and in order for you to feel that love, you have to be in a loving environment. Okay, so number 5 goes hand in hand with number 4, which is building a steady spiritual platform. The whole point of you doing that is so that you can open yourself up to learning, and learning is really important. And when you're around loving people, guess what they do? They teach you how to be more loving. That's why you need to be around more loving people and less negative ones. Number 6, I think this is my favorite. Love yourself. Treat yourself well. Do loving things for yourself. What do you do that's loving for yourself? Okay, I was on a course recently, and we embarked on some mindfulness, and I was asked, what do I do? What are my mornings like? And the people in the room thought I was crazy, because every morning I do very much a similar activity. I turn on some meditation music. I may burn some sage. I have a shower, I run it, I let the steam go around the bathroom, then I spray some of my lavender oil in there because I love the smell and I enjoy experiencing it. And that's my morning self-love. It's so important that I do that before I get out of the house, because I'm interacting with people, and it's important that I am well in order to ensure their mental and emotional well-being. I take it very seriously. Now, that's me loving myself. I do lots of other things. What do you do to love yourself? The gym. That's another way of loving yourself. Not because you want to be appreciated by others, but because you like the feeling. Joining in activities which encourage positive body training, and I don't know how to explain this any much more than loving yourself, really. Look after your skin. Rub some oil on it. Give yourself a massage. Have a nice bath. Whatever it is, but be loving to yourself, okay? Skincare is a really nice way to love yourself. I enjoy that. You can get some castor oil or some almond oil, and drop a few drops of lavender oil in there, or some eucalyptus, and rub that on your body. Wow, it's amazing. You are actually demonstrating love to yourself. I do have a thing for lavender, don't I? Number 7, love what you do. There's nothing worse than waking up in the morning and hating what you do. The idea of going to work fills you with dread. If you hate your job, go and get another one. Don't be there moaning about it. That is no way to live life, hating your job. You gotta love what you do, okay? And you gotta do what you love. Very important for your well-being. Very important for your self-care. And number 8. I don't know if this is my favourite actually, but make sure to rest. Rest, work and play. Very important. Sounds like that Mars advert. But you have to rest. Very important to rest. I spend 5 days a week interacting with young people and adults. By the time the weekend's here, I want to relax. I want to see some friends. I want to enjoy, but I want to have a day of complete calm. Really important to your well-being. So that is my 8 steps towards loving yourself. And why? Because the more you love yourself, the less you are at risk of depression, anxiety, mental disturbance of any kind, because you're giving yourself what you need. Giving yourself what you need is really important, because you are important. If you can't see that you're important, nobody else can make you important. You have to be important because you want to be important to yourself, because you're important to yourself before you're important to anybody else. You can't be good to anybody unless you're good to yourself. That includes your kids, your husband, your wife, your mum, your dad, whoever else it is. You got to be good to you first. Self-preservation. Thank you for watching. And like I said, please subscribe, please like, please share. Thank you for watching. My name is Desiree Shaw. Bye for now.